Welcome to Appalachian Weekly News, your source for news and information here in the High Country. I'm Ryan Hendricks, and over the next few minutes, we'll be filling you in on the latest happenings in our community on this week's AWN News Brief. Way Hall is under construction, and there were claims on social media that a piece of debris fell through the ceiling and almost struck a student in the photography studio. A university representative has denied that specific claim. However, Dean Campbell of the College of Fine and Applied Arts confirmed that classes were canceled Wednesday afternoon. In an email addressed to the Department of Art students, she stated that Way Hall will reopen on Monday at 8 a.m. on March 25th. Campbell did not mention an evacuation in her message, but did acknowledge that the concrete debris from the construction did fall into an unoccupied office. It was discovered upon returning from spring break. She also noted that the contractors for the construction failed to follow the university's safety protocols. Dean Campbell assured everyone that, quote, there will be no drilling in the building for the remainder of the semester. Recently, App State held what we like to call the App State of the Union. The Board of Trustees hit some big-time subjects that many students had on their mind. One of the more hotly debated topics in the meeting is the renovation of the expression tunnels on App State's campus. The tunnels were a popular outlet for students to make art in a unique place. Chancellor Sherry Everett acknowledged the concerns of students, but also emphasized that the changes will be beneficial for the campus.
While there has been some pushback from students and alumni who like the idea of being able to paint areas on campus, it has not been significant. Alongside practical improvements, the project also embraces aesthetic considerations and will include graphics that embody the spirit of App State.
As many residents of Boone know, parking around town can be a bit of a headache. Fortunately, there's some good news coming up from App State's campus. The Home Center parking deck that has been under construction since June 2023 is nearly done. The parking deck will add 600 parking spots for faculty, students, and guests. During the football season, it will also be used for tailgaters to have a fun pregame experience. The parking deck is expected to be ready before the upcoming fall semester.
Be a multifunctional parking deck. It will have 600 spaces, and we'll be using it for faculty and staff parking, student parking, guest parking. Of course, it will be used for a variety of other events, including commencement, athletics, so forth, but it will be fully multifunctional.
Watauga women's basketball made a historic run through the state playoffs. They made their first Final Four in school history. Their historic season came to an end against Charlotte Catholic in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Despite the final result of the game, head coach Bill Torgerson emphasized that even in defeat, the team should be proud of their accomplishments this season.
The thing I keep saying is you all did this, so there's some kids that didn't play today, and those were kids that ran Myers' Park offense, and those were kids that worked on the Charlotte Catholic man offense. So they all did it, and that extends out into the community and the two kids that filmed the game. So just trying to give all those kids credit, and then we're really going to miss our seniors. So just from every rep being hard, hey guys, I want to start practicing on Saturday, the last part of the season. Okay, coach, we'll be there. Energy's a little bit low. They pick us up. They communicate. So when some of the best players and the most experienced players lead in that way, it makes my job a lot easier.
Get ready for a lineup of the thrilling matchups up on the mountain on this edition of High Country Sports. Starting off on March 26th, the Watauga men's basketball team will take on High Brighton for an exciting matchup in Lenoir. Then on March 28th through the 30th, the App State Mountaineer baseball team will face off against Marshall up here in the High Country. The Mountaineer softball team will face off head-to-head against Louisiana that weekend as well. Heading down the road for a few miles and catching the 10th matchup between Leeds McCray volleyball and Thomas More on March 29th. Mark your calendars for April 2nd when Leeds McCray softball team hits the diamond against Emory and Henry. Stay tuned for more updates in the High Country Sports for all the latest upcoming matches here on Appalachian Weekly News. And that is all for this week's News Brief. For more news around the High Country, be sure to follow Appalachian Weekly News and App TV on social media. You can also find us on YouTube on the App TV account. While today's focus has been on news here in Boone, there's plenty to do in Boone's beautiful next-door neighbor in Blowing Rock. It's a bit chilly outside, so hopefully we can find something to warm us up. I'm Ryan Hendricks, and thank you for joining us on this AWN News Brief.